how was your process with getting recruited, getting several offers? Because you did mention before that you had offers. That's why you kind of delayed the search. You said, it's not time. If you caught me a couple years ago, maybe, but now it's go time. So how did you secure that scholarship? What were the things you did? What tips would you give for young athletes now that are trying to get that scholarship, by any means necessary?
I was really blessed because, like I said, I had not only like a really good coach, like an awarded coach, but he was also very popular, if that makes sense. So he had like a lot of connections, and we also had a lot of colleges pretty close to our high school, and we were good, which obviously that helps. So I think that what happens, I think there's two different answers here. If you are out of school where you're on a good team, like I was on a good team, I think that yes, you are going to get a lot of exposure. I think that you should communicate a lot with your coach. I think you need to really let your coach know, like, hey, like these are my aspirations. One thing I've learned is like your coach might not be on the same page as you. So early on, like letting your coach know, like, hey, like you might not think that I'm good enough right now, okay? But event like this is what I'm going to do. So any connections you have, any coaches that ask you about me, like let them know. So I think it's important to stay in good contact, with your coach. If you're on a bad team, and I hate to say bad team, but if you are on a bad team, AAU might be more beneficial for you. You know what I'm saying? Like I had coaches come to my games, but there were plenty of other teams that I know had really good players that coaches weren't coming to because you weren't on a good team. You weren't on a popular team. So AAU might be more helpful to you. And I'm personally like, there's social media now. So I personally think that like kids these days should leverage their platforms as best they can. It's because I think that it's so much easier to like build up followings, get people to tag, get people to send things, like be your own cheerleader if you have to. Because I'm telling you right now, and you probably had this experience, there were so many people who just walked on a lot of times or just tried out for the team that I'm like, my high school like 2-man was definitely better than you, but because they put themselves out there, they were able to get on the team, and eventually by the time we graduated, they earned a scholarship. And I think in a lot of situations, if maybe somebody who was a similar player would have reached out, would have sent tape, whatever, I think that they probably, could have secured a position on a team that had those type of spots.
Thanks for tuning in to Scale, Sports, Knowledge, and Life, a space where we empower student athletes. Please like, share, follow, and subscribe.